In this world, angels live among us. Many great invincible beings of immeasurable power, a bridge between us and the gods. These creatures are not as you might imagine them. While some are human-like in their appearance, most are alien. A sitting mountain, a giant boar, a hovering sphere. Each of the angels provides a powerful boon to the surrounding area and its inhabitants. They do not speak to us. They do not move. We built our world around them. They shaped our cultures. We rely on them. Until something dark came along. Now, one by one, the angels have been slain. The people of the lands around them slaughtered. A wave of death is spreading across our world. Only a few places remain as a final bastion of life. Only a few against an endless horde of oblivion. And within these few, a single band of unlikely heroes, bound by forces beyond their understanding. In this world, there is only a single word that describes their soul-bound connection.
His wings periodically beat. A gust of wind rushing across your faces each time they do. His enormous form holding place above you. His tail lashing below him, dripping green flame and black ink. His huge body, a twisted nightmare of scales, flesh and fire. Spikes running up his back, over and across his broken face. Red eyes regarding each of you. Mordriel speaks. His mouth opens, dripping green flame. Pieces of his decaying flesh fall and turn to wisps of black smoke, becoming one with his surroundings as the inky blackness spreading from him like an infection moves across the Astral Sea.
A miracle. Your prayers have been answered. Thank you, small one. It has been so very long since I have felt. Is this what you desire?
He looks towards you, Cirrus.
What I desire? I've told you what I desire. For this to end. Peacefully. But if not...
Enough to continue.
Yes.
Vigor to fight on.
Yes.
Do you have enough power to stand against this inevitability?
I believe that we are as inevitable as you are.
I understand your desire to witness your world crumble to ash about you, to witness the fall of your species, to feel the pain of loss on such a grand level. I can grant you this miracle. Life, strength, vitality. If you wish for this to end peacefully, lie down, close your eyes, accept.
Well, I guess we don't all get what we want then.
You can thrash and kick and scream and fight your fate as hard as you like. You prolong the inevitable, the unavoidable. You cannot deny me forever.
Again, it seems we are as much your fate as you are ours. Neither of us know how it will end.
Of those that have tried, even the marked that came before, I find you to be the most fascinating. And you, mage,
His red eyes fix on Thrak.
so few before you have plucked at the weave. But you, prophet,
Looking again at Cirrus.
your strength lies in your ability to harmonize with the angels. The two of you make a powerful combination. It is no wonder you stand before me here, at the end of your world. You say, perhaps, that you are different. We are not so different. I have thrashed, kicked, screamed. I have fought. I have died. I have been reborn. I have sought. I have found. I have ascended. Survival is not enough. You must have purpose. My fight, my purpose places me before an impossible task, before a power greater than my own. Soon I will stand before my creators as you stand before me. Soon I will thrash, kick, scream, and fight again. You are correct. We are not so different. But you will fail. Unless you join me. Join me and together we will face the gods for what they have done. Together we will destroy them. Together we will rewrite existence. We will recreate your world, mine. It will be fair, balanced. There will be no angels, no gods,
I tear my eyes and look at the other three.
In this new world you propose to create, where would you stand? What is your place? Would you not be the most powerful being? Would you not be a god?
Thrak, make me an insight check.
Right. So I don't have disadvantage anymore. So
You're
that's a
fully
15.
healed. Everyone is fully rested. You've been given, like, miracle rest. Cirrus can interpret that however she wants.
So that's a 15.
A 15. This creature is hard to read. His huge form continues to beat its wings. The long neck on this dragon is curled over and looking down towards each of you. The red eyes that fix on each of you as he looks across you one by one. There is the slightest flicker of his eyelids as you ask him where he would be. He would rule as a god. I think you get the sense that there's... You've pulled a reaction out of him, but he's trying to withhold a piece of information from you.
What is the intention here exactly? Sure, I understand. I empathize with wanting to kick and scream at those above you. However, well, perhaps maybe I'm reading wrong into this, but so far all we've seen is wanton death and destruction. Is the goal not just to visit this death and destruction above these? Is there no further plan? Is oblivion all that matters to you?
In the end, there is naught but oblivion. I simply quicken the process. Did you think you would live forever, small one?
What's the saying again? Not here for a long time, but a good one?
Then
I don't believe
you enjoyed your life. I hope
it's
it was
been
good.
so-so. Well, like any good story, I suppose that will be left to the end to decide. So far, this book has been so-so.
Is that it then? You wish to die, and you seek the only way you know how.
Roll me an insight check again.
$25.
I don't know how this really looks, but his face is skeletal and gaunt. It's not quite a dragon. he's a Dracolich, so what skin and scales are on his face are like pulled and taut. The skeletal form underneath, really just kind of being held together by whatever magic is holding him together. There is some elements of green flame that kind of pulse through his body here and there. His eyes are red and with an element of slight glow to them. Dim for a moment, and the flames dim across his entire body. It's almost as if his features soften before kind of reigniting, and it's just a flicker that you might not notice just to look at casually, but I think you pick up on this. He says,
First, there will be vengeance. And then, if, as you say, I will be gone, then I will grant my own prayer.
Ooh. I think, tears start to stream from my face. I don't know if he sees them or notices them, but they're going. And I'm suddenly reminded of how he not believes, but as the angel of death, he's also the angel of life. And I'm trying to think of a loophole to his thinking. A little bit.
Does your offer only stand if it is a group that accepts?
his eyes look to you, Jildan. I think for a moment you almost get the sense that he forgot you were there. There's a strange dissonance between the way that he interacts with Thrak, Cirrus, and even Sia. But his sort of neck cranes down, looks to you, his head kind of slightly cocking to the side as you speak. His form lowers a little more, coming down a little closer towards the, quote-unquote ground here on the Astral Sea. He says,
You were granted a soul. I have no power over your soul. All choices are your own.
Well, seeing as we aren't already at oblivion, so to speak, since we do have time to talk and to discourse, I wonder if perhaps maybe you would be willing in that case to come to some sort of accord. If we weren't useful to you in one way or another yet, you would have killed us, I'm sure. So, here is my question to you. I say, not looking at this Dracolich in the face, my eyes darted somewhat to the left, disconnected. And I say that we were to follow you above and beyond. Say we were to raise the gods, wherever they are, if they even are up there. What next? You are the Angel of Oblivion. However, as you have just proven to yourself right now and to us here, you are also an Angel of Creation. Would it be possible for you to unspoil this land, free from not only the angels but the gods above them? I don't think anyone here would necessarily be too against assisting you if, well, where we came from is where we can go back to.
What can you offer me?
What can I offer you?
Do not need you.
If you believe that to be true, I wouldn't be here standing in front of you, O Great One, as you speak to us for.
In the material world, you would already be dead.
Yet we are not in the material world right now, are we? Yet here, wherever here is, still holds power, no?
There are creatures in my service.
You have been...
Through me in undeath.
I believe we have been acquainted with a few of them, yes.
To die and bind yourself to me is to live in undeath. But you require a soul, lest you become a mindless thing.
I've grown rather quite accustomed to being alive. However, it has come to my attention that, well, as Quura, we all here have souls. Or the kind you speak of.
It has been a millennium. It was not until I crossed into this world that I was able to converse with another being. For 1,000 years, I existed alone. If I am to face the gods, it is not your power I seek, but your company.
Well, I've been known to be quite the party animal.
You will die. One way or another. You will face me again.
I take it back. I am the life of the party. That's the one. Yes. You see, puns. Sorry. Anyway, at this notion, I take a step back. You get it though. Life, death. I should have been a bard. Anyway.
May I ask you a question?
His eyes shift to you. He says nothing.
You were an angel of your world, yes? People prayed to you. You answered their prayers, as you did mine just now.
A very, very long time ago.
Right. If you kill all people, you kill all angels. You kill all gods. Who do you serve? And what was it all for? Life and death, this oblivion that you seek. There is not one without the other. In order for there to be death, there must be life. In order for there to be life, there must be death, oblivion. I don't know if it's possible. If I didn't have an angel to pray to. If you didn't have the gods. It is a long line, it is a circle. Who do the gods pray to? Are you sure there is an ending?
I served Palamarchupaka, the god of death. Then I served for my sister, Mordriel. And then there was no one left to serve. Palamarchupaka. The gods have forsaken us. Who would serve such a being? Why would you serve such a being?
Purpose. And what will be your purpose when all is done and you have killed the gods and create a world with no gods, no angels? What is your purpose then? The Oracle is right. You are a liar. Everything needs purpose. Everything with life needs purpose, and by all accounts you are half full of life, even if the other half is full of death. You need purpose the same way we all need purpose. You have nothing left. When you do this, you have no adversaries, you have no reason to keep going. Might as well curl up and die yourself.
If I could, I would have done it long ago. I was left to live every hour of every day. For 1,000 years, you could never know how it feels to be alone, purposeless. No gods, no mortals, no angels. Not a bird in the sky, not a blade of grass.
Oh, sweetheart. You must have spent all that time falling in love with yourself. Listen to you. This is ridiculous. I have a proposal. You have these abilities you're granted a wish. You are full of life. Grant us that life. Grant us your ability. I will wish for it if necessary. Grant it so that we may help you if you wish to kill the gods, but then to continue in perpetuity as your adversary, as your balance, as your purpose.
I will grant you this. Your purpose, your power. I will give you as much power as I have to give. If you can kill me,
Allow us to release you.
I will not be chained to this life any longer.
Then give us the power so we can try.
Kill me, and you will learn the torture of immortality. Kill me, and you will have new purpose, and I will be free.
So, what is your weakness then in that case, if you so desperately want to die?
I have no weakness.
That's no fun, now is it? Can you make yourself a weakness? Make this a fair game, make this fun?
I have tried over and over again. I have let myself die over and over again. Everything you propose, I have tried. Everything you think, I have thought.
And why are we here? Why are you having this conversation with us then? There's a spark of hope in you somewhere. You think something can change for you to even be entertaining this.
There are two reasons. One, I do not need you, but I will accept you. Two, the longer we spend talking here, the closer I come to your mortal bodies.
While this conversation is happening, I would like to be studying the weave that is between the four of us. And what I am attempting to do is I'm trying to learn how Jildin has connected us in a way that mechanically we share health pools, so that I can enhance it in a way that will give us a great advantage in a fight.
Yeah. You can make me an Arcana check, or really whatever check you want, but I'm guessing an Arcana check will be the one that you'd go for.
Yeah, I'm using my arcane knowledge to study the weave that tethers us. 23.
23. What are you doing?
Well,
What is happening? Are you physically doing anything? Are you thinking? What is happening?
I'm just looking at the weave that is connecting the four of us. That's causing us to share our health pool right now when Jildin did that. So, I'm not physically doing anything. I'm just looking right now. I'm trying to figure out if there's a way that I can bolster or enhance this connection between the four of us.
Yeah, okay. What you're looking at is a silver string that runs between each of you. There's these 4 strings that run from your bodies, presumably out of your backs, that run way off into the distance, that bring you back to your bodies. This thing is like an umbilical cord. It's called a life string.
Right.
And the Mordriel has one as well. His is not silver, it is black, and it's thick like rope, whereas yours look like very thin strands of string. His is
Right.
like a thick rope thing. Looking over the rope, it's almost like iron, the way his looks, whereas you and your silver string is kind of a shining, thin-looking thing. Jilden has sort of connected you all, not really through the life string exactly, but has sort of bolstered the fact that you're all connected through Quura. You each share this bizarre bond that is divine in nature, that is super ancient, powerful magic. It's whatever a soul is in magic terms to you. The strings that are connecting you, with one of them connecting you and Seer as well, can actually be bolstered. Mordriel has reinforced his. You could do the same. You could make them stronger.
I could make the strings between myself and Sia stronger, or the
Make all
strings
of the
between all of us?
strings stronger, so they're harder to break, harder to cut. What Jilden has done is not too dissimilar in that there is this kind of umbilicus between you. You're just sharing life force and energy between the 4 of you as a group, which could easily be dispelled by you if you wanted to.
No, I want to strengthen it so that we share more, that we connect and even deeper. That's what I'm looking to do.
Okay. Yeah, give me a mind check of some sort. Int, whiz, or charisma.
Just a save or just a straight intelligence check?
It's just a straight check.
Okay. An 11. Not great.
What do you do this time? You doing anything?
I think if I was actually trying to, mess with the weave in here, I would first discreetly cast spell, major image over myself, and it's just me standing there listening to the conversation, so that the real me can sort of behind that image be plucking at the weave and trying to see if I can manipulate it in a way that gives us an advantage.
Alright. I guess I'll make an investigation check to see if Mordriel sees through this major image.
Yeah.
I don't think he's got anything in investigation, so it's just an int check. A 19. What does he have to beat?
Oh yeah. 16.
You do cast this thing. You're not aware that he sees through it. You cast a major image, and then you begin to attempt to strengthen this bond. And you rolled that 23 for this?
No, I rolled an 11. It was just a straight intelligence roll.
Oh, that was what the 11 was for, yeah. I mean, yeah, this is a fail. Why?
I think it just takes it's too complex. It would take more time. I needed more time.
It's unbelievably complex. The way to think about this is that there are multiple things happening at once. You've got the Astral Sea, which is influencing everything around you. When you're thinking of things, sometimes they're manifesting nearby. It'll be a flash of a memory or something. You might actually see a face in the distance, or you might see a tree that you remember or something like that. This is happening for all of you. And everyone will see it. So if you think of something very clearly, it's very possible that the Astral Sea will manifest a memory of that thing nearby. So you're having to compete with that. You're competing with the fact that you're still connected to Seer. You've got all of Seer's bullshit.
Yeah.
There's an element here. In fact, give me an insight check.
Natural 1.
Natural 1. Never mind. There are other elements at work here that are very difficult for you to figure out. While it's a little bit like gambling, you have the Astral Sea could very much enhance your abilities. It can open up your ability to be able to cast spells in such a way that they are moldable to whatever you imagine. You can enhance a very simple cantrip to do, like a firebolt could become a fireball if you can successfully contain all of these variables. The problem is that monkey's paw thing, where it's possible that it could work against you as well. And I think that's what's happening here. It's a bit of a crapshoot trying to interface with the elements that are going on here that have been created and exist because of the Astral Sea. So things like the life strings and the health pool sharing, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Well, I suppose that's all I really do. I'm not participating in the conversation right now. I'm just trying to work on that.
Okay.
I would like to be doing something similar.
Mm-hmm.
Since coming to the Astral Sea and being connected with the others, I don't believe that I feel entirely myself, entirely whole. For more than one reason, of course, the one with the binding to Thrak, but also with the conjoined umbilicuses of everybody else. I think in this moment I would have probably given in to the fact that we are connected. Not again just 2, but 4. And so I would like to in this time, in my own way, try to share my my key, my presence with the others by way of channeling my key from my body through them to try and make a circuit of sorts to hopefully, and the goal here is to bolster them should they need it. Should they need a boost, should I?
Okay. Yeah, make me a mind check. Int, whiz, or charisma.
Mind check, int, whiz, charisma. 13.
Not a save. Does that affect it?
Would that affect it if it was not a save? I don't think so. I think it's the same.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the same. Oh, where were you? Natural 20 a second ago. Where were you? Yeah.
A 13. I think this is also a fail. It's close. You know what? I'll let you give Thrak a key point. If you want.
I intend to sever that as soon as possible.
Okay, but right now, you're trying to share your key with everyone. And it would be a fail, but I think the DC for the other two is higher than the DC for Thrak. So I think you can do this with Thrak, but you can't do it with the other two.
Fair enough. It's a start, I guess.
So what was the intention? To be able to split your key?
To use this connection as a network so that when one person tries to do something, it's not just my key, my presence, but I want to be the driving force to help push that will, their key. Everything around them has key, you know, like not myself, not just me, you know, but the stones outside where we're sitting around or huddled over like, you know, catatonic messes, my clothes, my everything has key. Mm-hmm. And so I want to be able to, now that I'm connected with them, drive it.
You can kind of do it. You can do it with Thrak, I think.
All right.
What does key point do for me? I have no idea.
We're not in 5e mechanics anymore. It would do nothing otherwise. But I would hope that if you try and do something, I can, using this ability now, perhaps assist you mechanically.
If I can, I would immediately, if I notice like an additional bit of power, I would try to use it to give it another go.
The thing you were trying to do before?
Yeah.
Okay. Is the major image still up?
Yeah, it's concentration. Well, let me see how long it lasts. Up to 10 minutes.
Yeah, you can attempt this again.
I'm assuming, I wanted to say this, I wanted to interrupt your amazing roleplay moments that you were having with Leah and, with
You're doing
Sirius
this
and
while
Julian.
he's
I've been doing this while this conversation has been going on, is what I intended.
Yeah. Okay.
So I've been pretty quiet for a while.
You can attempt this again. Another mind check. If you want to use a key point, you have one key point.
Yes, absolutely. I'll use that. I have no idea what that will do, but yes.
Gives you advantage, I'd imagine.
It will give you advantage.
Okay, and this is just a straight intelligence check?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'll go ahead and take that 22.
And what were you trying to do? Trying to boost?
Trying to boost our connection. I'm for lack of a more artistic term, I'm attempting to make Megazord.
Yeah.
It's morphin' time.
Yeah, you certainly can't make Megazord on a 22, but you can do some stuff. I think I think this works to a degree.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you boost the connection that Jildan placed upon you. Jildan just kind of did like a rudimentary connection. And you came in and put a bunch of legit connecting pieces in place, and you've Wi-Fi boosted this connection.
Yeah.
What else would you like to do?
Well, I was hoping my aim here was, since we're sharing a health pool, I'd also love it if we could maybe share some stats a little bit.
You are.
Yeah.
When called for, any of you can make the checks for any of you.
Yes, that's what I was going for.
Yeah. And you can table talk it, but instinctively, whomever would make the check.
Okay.
Mordriel watches you do all of this. The whole time you're like doing that thing, he's speaking to the others, but his eyes are on you.
Yeah.
As soon as you feel like you're finished, his eyes turn back to like Cirrus or Jildan or whoever he was speaking to at the time.
And I'll drop my illusion. You would all probably, I'd imagine you'd all feel something. The connection between us has been emboldened. It's stronger. I don't know how it feels for each of you, but I think for Frack it feels like tapping into or unearthing a power that's already been there the whole time. It's familiar in a way.
Does Mordriel notice?
Someone can make me an insight check on behalf of the group.
Who has the highest insight?
I'll do it. I think I do.
You're allowed to table
I have-
talk. I have a 2.
I have 8.
I have a 7.
Okay. I'll do it. 25.
Nice.
Mordriel seems to be fully aware of what just happened, yeah.
Okay.
Does he react?
No. He watches Thrak do it. You can never really see Thrak when he's like messing with the weave or whatever. Thrak can see the matrix code running down the screen for all intents and purposes. You get the sense that Mordriel can also see that matrix code, Thrak,
Yeah, okay.
and the rest of you.
So, Even if he didn't see through my illusion, would he would have noticed the change anyways?
Maybe. If he's paying
If he
attention.
bothered to look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I ask, I would like to remember in this moment what exactly Thor's said to me before we left. And I don't know. I know.
Okay.
I know. I remember a lot of it. Like, I remember him giving me a new name. Meaning, like, champion of the people. Basically, it was like an acceptance conversation. And, like, you have to save us sort of thing. Because there's been a lot of talk about joining him and like letting this world die so that we can go kill the gods all together and then just like make a new one, as if making a new one, you know, makes it better that we just let this one die. And like, sorry buddy that like everyone you knew died, but like I know people and I don't want them to die. I have a family too, brother. Sorry for yelling.
Yeah. There was a point where he said, you represent our order, regardless of your origins. You're one of us. Your born name was Cirrus Macehearth, but now here to us as one of us. You are Cirrus Liv Voriel, Lifebringer, Life Preserver. Under Voriel's might, you only have the small task of saving this world, Little Cloud. Was that the...
Yes, that was exactly it. Thank you.
Lucky that was one of my scripted pieces of the video game.
We downloaded the cutscene. We had it saved in the menu.
Some of this is cutscenes and some is lost to time. You would be better off asking Twitch chat, probably.
On a fantasy campaign.
I just thought I would throw it out there in case that was the case.
Okay.
I'm gonna do one last insight check on him. I'm pretty sure all he wants is to die. I'm fairly certain all he wants is to die. I personally think he's not so much after vengeance as he is after a reason to give the gods a reason to kill him, because they're the only things that can kill him, is what I believe he thinks. But I would like to see if there is any... I'm going to ask him a question, and then I'll roll for the insight to see if there's anything left in him that could be brought over to the light. You know?
Mm-hmm.
And you would not want to live if you defeated the gods and gained your vengeance. You would not like to create anew. Let the family that you once knew live on in your memory and the memory of those you bring life to. You want to snuff the very last thing of them out.
His eyes flash as he looks at you. His wings give another beat. And he says,
My existence has been one of death. It is all I have known. The truth is that That selfishness is born of the memories of the fallen. And when I find my creators, I will carry every memory of every fallen mortal and immortal with me.
So then why don't you go now? Do you not have enough? Was it not enough to lose everyone you love? You need more? Are you not strong enough to face them as you are now?
It is not a question of strength. I do not know where they are. I have searched every corner of 2 worlds. I will draw them out by killing everything, by destroying everything.
I drop to a knee and put my hand on the ground. We are in an astral plane, and this is a place that exists nowhere in any real land. You know? Like, it's not of Earth or
Yeah.
Gaia.
It's in between.
It's in between. Can I find the gods?
Let's see. Make me a wisdom check. Or a mind check. You can do it with any other stat. I'm just assuming you're going to use wisdom.
Yeah, I'm gonna use wisdom. Do I get any, like, sweet little bonuses because of these guys doing their little doohickey things over the last little while?
Someone else can make the check instead if you'd like.
Oh, no, I think probably... Well,
If someone else has some way of helping you, they could potentially do that. Unfortunately, the
I'll
key
do it,
point thing
yeah.
was only extended to Thrak. Thrak's ability has really given you guys the option to kind of pick and choose who makes the checks here and there.
okay.
But you can lawyer me a little bit if you want.
Okay, I'll do the wisdom check. 20.
A 20. Yeah, you put a hand to the ground. Mordriel really cranes his neck. Before, he's just been using his eyes. He could easily just use his eyes to look down at you, but he actually turns his entire neck and head down to witness this as your hand touches the ground. There's and the 4 of you would feel this. There's a bizarre sense of connection that Cirrus has with first the angels. I think naturally connecting to the sensation of Voriel. There is a swift, icy, earthy cold that moves through you immediately. A connection with an angel, just a steadfast sense of strength. Not strength like you could power lift, but strength like how you would have to stand and hold a shield. Strength for how you would stand against a storm and be immovable. You get a sensation of the undying strength of this being nearby. There is an immediate connection that happens with Mordriel. The part of Mordriel that is an angel, not of this Gaia, but still an angel. It's a cold sense of death, but in a matter-of-fact way, more so than a sense of fear or horror or necrosis. Just the death is what death is. It's the only certainty in life, right? That kind of sensation. You almost kind of sonar ping a couple of other angels. There's a sensation of knowledge from the mirror. There's a sensation of kind of twisted life, but life nonetheless from the river of blood underneath the mountain. There is a sensation of water from elsewhere in the world. There is the sensation of... I don't know how you would describe it. Just a cat. There is mostly a sense of loss. There should be more of this. There is a sense of emptiness to your world. The elemental angels that live at the four corners of Gaia are gone. The white violet of Hillsfar is gone. Churu of the deep tunnels is gone. The great condor is gone. Life Giver, the green walker, Odd, gone, gone, gone. There is another Gaia that you can feel the echoes of far away, that is just an empty land. And in no place, the Astral Sea, Gaia 1, Gaia 0, is there any sense of these gods. No feeling of them, no sensation of them, no proof, no nothing. You do not find them.
I look back up at him. And if they do not come for you, if they are not here, and all of this is for nothing,
it is a risk I am willing to make. You cannot find them. I cannot find them. But I can feel them. I know that they are near. They hide. And we cannot seek them, but we can summon them. And I have tried everything but this.
you can feel them. Do you feel them stronger here, in this place?
No. They are within me, as the angel Mordriel is within you.
Well, I haven't tried everything. Fairly sure not once. Have any Quura tried to cooperate to look for them?
There is only one piece of magic which I cannot command. Time. Tell me, as I asked you before, do you have this power?
I do nothing.
I do not move. My face is still. But you know that thing where you're like, you suddenly are paying close attention to one ear over the other? Like I'm listening. I'm waiting to hear.
Poker faces
What
are my
Thrak
specialty.
Does anyone say anything?
Wait, how much do we actually know about Thrak's time meddling? Because every time he's turned it back, we don't know. We've never seen that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't
True.
think he's ever said anything either.
I was trying to remember if there was anything in Hard's Tower that was mentioned that might
We
lead
have
to that
talked
conclusion.
about it. We did have a conversation, I think, in front of the mirror about, like, if he could learn how to change time, and that the future Thrak would be inside the tower, and he would know that we would, we did a conversation about time loops and how,
We did, about going back to the
Um,
beginning. We've done all that.
yeah,
But was the conclusion that Thrak doesn't know how to do it yet, but could do with enough time?
yes, yeah,
Right.
and
Ironic.
so there was this kind of, discussion about if there is a Thrak who does know how to do it and knows that we would need that ability or something, that he would show up because he can or something. I don't know. So I think we know that he has the potential for ungodly time powers.
Yeah.
I'd like to ask the three of you a question. I think I'd be watching you all as much as I'm watching him while you're talking. And are you giving body language or any signals that maybe you want to join him?
I don't think Thrak has ever read a single one of Seer's body languages until this point. So I'm gonna go with potentially no, but we have this bond, so it's up to you.
Well, we're the same person, so I think right now. So I think I'd know if you were like, from me, you'd be getting, I don't trust this at all. This is a trick. I think we're the only obstacle in his way.
From me, you'd be getting something similar to that, however, there is a bit of apathy as well, because if everything you know in life is
Surprise.
dead and gone, and this is the only way, save for death, then what is the point in fighting? As for joining him, I am reticent, however, if there is another way.
Would I gain anything from you two?
Yeah.
I'm not a
I think
great
that-
observer of people, by the way, but
Yeah, but you've known me for 11 years
a long
now.
time. Yeah.
So you would probably notice that my hand has been on my sword, on the pommel of my sword, for almost this entire conversation. And I'm sort of rolling my palm over the pommel, massaging the tissue of my hand with it, which I think is probably a tell that you've seen her do. If you see me do, if I'm trying to work out a problem, but also I'm sort of falling into a comfortable, falling into my reactions, my warrior soldier reactions, So it's I'm trying to solve a problem, but I'm leaning towards my soldier ways during that. And just with all of the questions I've been asking and just the sort of way I've been looking at him with loads of empathy. At one point I was crying, I had tears running down my face. I think it would be clear to you that I'm trying to find a solution where we do not have to fight him. But I think you know me well enough to know that I would not forsake Mordriel and kill the gods.
Right. And what about little Gildan?
Is this a reaction you're looking for in general for this whole conversation, or is it from a catalyst?
Yeah, I'm like, how are you stood? Like, are you, I'm studying you right now, and I'm trying to glean if it looks like you're leaning towards joining him or not.
I'm standing, as I seem to always stand lately, at least, both hands atop my staff, a short staff, as staffs go, just watching. And I seem relaxed, really. I'm not ready to fight. I'm not ready to run. I just am. There was a point when I asked a question to Mordriel about whether he would take just one of us or wanted the whole group of us. And you could certainly sense that wasn't a question of curiosity, that was a question of figuring out what I wanted to do. And you sense that question has not fully been satisfied yet.
Is our connection in this place strong enough where I can communicate non-verbally, like mentally?
I would be openly permitting that. There would be no fight or boundary between us. So if you were to attempt it, you wouldn't find any resistance from me.
You would have to make it happen, basically. You'd have to conjure it.
Okay. I'm going to try.
We already have the phone line.
I think I could talk to Sia, right?
We're all connected by Jordan's thing. But
I mean, yeah.
I don't know if you can
but
connect to
you're
me
not.
because I've been trying to fight you
Okay.
this entire time.
Yeah, you're not just
Okay.
in a Discord call.
Yeah.
Everything exists as it exists until you generate it. So you'd have to conjure it. You'd have to make it happen.
Okay. Well. I would say, I'll scratch that and say out loud, let's say you got all the power of time you could ever want. And what would you do with it then? Would you bring us all back to before everyone you lost was gone? And then what? Cure all the creatures on your world? Would you stop there? Would you continue? Would you still want to meet your gods?
With time under my command, I could do anything. It isn't a question of what, but when. I can go back
What desired outcome? You've had so much time to think about it. What would you do? What do you want?
Until I have this power, how could I know?
What if you could never control such a power? However, you could bestow such a power. Earlier you mentioned death and how much you wanted it before you turned heel on the topic. We've seen your great capacity for restoration. But is there more? Can you grant power? What if I was to say the Quura had the power to control time? If you gave us such a power, would you bestow it upon us to go back before you became that which you are and finish you there? Then, no. Then what do you want?
I would never bestow such a power upon you. Without the promise of servitude.
Servitude.
Join me.
Huh.
However,
It's an interesting word you used just now. Before, you kept saying things like company and how alone you were. It seemed more of a friendship, I suppose. But servitude makes more sense.
I do not need you.
Right.
What can you offer me? But servitude.
And what can you offer us but death? There's nothing between us in this conversation. There's nothing that we can give each other. The only thing.
What you think this is? A bargain. You think you can
No.
bargain with death?
No. In fact, I was foolish enough to think that perhaps we could help you. But I don't think that is our fate.
He attempts to burrow into your mind.
I would like to prevent him from doing so, if I can.
There is, as you finish that sentence, a spike that burrows into your senses, as if something grabs at the sides of your head and starts to try and crack it open and burrow in like an infestation. Anyone can make me a contested check here. Let me roll to see what number you have to beat. I guess he just needs to make a check of sorts. Let's see how this works out for him. You got to beat a 23. Who would like to attempt to contest
Okay.
On
Mordriel's
intelligence?
check? You can contest it with anything, technically.
Wisdom, okay.
But
Oh, okay.
you know, whoever wants to contest this needs to contest it with wisdom, intelligence, or charisma.
I'm not going to contest it.
I think actually he's gonna have to try that again.
You're making him re-roll.
Yes.
Holy shit, dude.
Okay.
I mean, I feel this happening, right? We're connected,
Yeah.
so I know
yeah,
it's
for
going
sure.
on.
100%.
I'm sorry. I cannot describe the level of cojones it is to have that conversation about time and then to just be like, re-roll your move, bitch.
To just show him that you can do it and hope he doesn't know.
I feel like if he burrows into her mind, we're done. So.
Okay.
Well,
Let me re-roll
my
it.
mind is like cool and chill, dude. We're
Okay.
good.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Here goes another roll.
It's 23.
Uh,
A 20.
That's 20.
Oh my God.
All right. Well, helped a little.
Better.
Good luck.
What is okay? What is your intelligence modifier?
It's a +5.
Correct. Okay, my
+5.
wisdom is a +5. Okay, so I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna roll my wisdom
Okay.
and hold my hand, everyone, and we're gonna get through this. And it's
Okay.
gonna be fine. And with any luck, I'm gonna just body this dude right now. Oh my god.
An
Okay.
11.
It literally couldn't have been worse. I mean, it could have been
Oh, it
worse, I
could be.
guess, but oh my god.
I mean, could you re-roll that, or is it once per turn so you can't?
Let me see what the limits are. I don't think I would. Give it the one and done.
Okay.
There is
It's
this
a reaction.
horrible
So
sensation as he burrows into your mind here. You feel him moving through your memories. This is a horrible and invasive sensation. And again, it feels like an infestation. Like little bugs are pouring through your memories, through your feelings, through your understanding of the world, and you feel them seeking out a particular piece of information, but they're tearing up, the library of your memories, just whipping books off the shelves, ripping up papers, throwing things behind them as as Mordriel moves through your thoughts. Give me a memory. Something he sees.
Ooh. He sees me walking alone through a land that I don't know. And I am broken. I'm covered in dirt. And there's streaks clearing the dirt on my face from where I've cried, but it's like so long ago now. I can't really remember when that was. And my feet are beyond pain. Everything is beyond pain. I just know that I am walking somewhere, but I don't know where yet. It's a pull, and I'm very hot. Maybe this is desert? Was it desert? I can no longer recall.
A hand takes yours in this memory, and there's a sensation of relief from your feet and the heat of this landscape. The figure that is standing next to you is large, dark, kind of shadowed, the sun behind them perhaps. The figure says, "Come, child. This is not the memory. Walk with me to another." He leads you to a different memory. What is this new place? This new memory?
Frigid cold. Frigid cold. I've just been left on an icy pier with instructions of where to go. I just have to walk forward in that direction, and then I'll be done. And then I can rest. Maybe.
You are
Think?
tired.
Yes.
You struggle with peace. No. Rest.
Yes.
I know your pain. Will you share mine? And I will share yours.
I don't deserve it. Rest. I don't deserve it. I cannot share it. I must carry it alone. And if you know it, if you know my pain, then you know that you have to carry yours as well. Beasts like us don't deserve it.
Walk with me. Your hand. Why does it feel this way? You have a connection like no others.
I don't know. Maybe I'm useful.
How did you learn this power?
I asked for it.
Show me.
I lowered to the ground on my knees. And I lower my forehead to the earth. And I yearn. Violently yearn. And hope I'm seen.
The shadowy form behind you is watching you as you lean to the ground. Red eyes appear in this smoke of a sort of humanoid figure. The arms and hands are too long. One of them reaches out, and though they seem to be sort of impossibly far away, it reaches and touches your back. The memory around you would you like it to manifest a memory of you being sort of shown how to communicate with Voriel? Or the time when you put your hand in the mana pool, in the wheel, in the tower? Which one would you like to sort of display here?
Communicating with Voriel. And like, the more humble the version, the better. Like, I don't mean humble. You know what I mean.
Yeah. So I think maybe the mountain, the ice,
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
lake. Roll me a deception check then.
Oh. I don't think I'm being deceptive.
You are.
Can I?
Oh.
Oh.
If not, you can just show the wheel.
No, I mean, like, I genuinely believe that that's where I got this power.
Yeah, I know. But it's not what he's seeking.
Yeah, but he's asking me where I got that power, and I'm telling him where I got that power.
You think that's where you're telling him. Yeah. But it's not what he's looking for.
Okay. Deception.
Yeah.
Good luck to me. 3.
The wheel manifests about you. He looks around this memory of you with your hand in this wheel, of Jildan and Sia kind of jumping down from up in the rafters, and of Thrak pushing the wheel. He says, "The orc. Is he all that he seems? All that he presents? Or is he more? How can he have such power?"
I don't know.
What do you suspect? If
About
anything?
Thrak?
Yeah.
Ooh. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. He's a wizard. I know that he gains his power from the weave and magic. But I think he is divinely chosen. If he has that power, it's because it was given to him divinely. So, he is what he was made to be.
What he was made to be. The figure answers these thoughts, even if they weren't surface thoughts.
Yeah.
No. He is not divinely chosen. Tell me, does he command time?
Can I roll to see if I'm so like I've been lost in these memories, like I've been reliving them.
Mm-hmm.
Can I roll to see if I can become aware of who I'm speaking to and what's happening? Or am I just completely I'm like still stuck in it?
You can only really attempt to lie to him.
Okay. Good
That's
to know.
kind of, yeah. You
Okay.
can be aware to a degree. It's difficult because he's in there.
Right. Yeah.
Like when you try and lie
I'm
to
so
your
sorry,
own
what-
brain, you know?
Yeah.
And you're like, no, I feel fine.
So good. I'm so sorry. What did you ask me again?
Whether he controls time. Commands time.
No.
I mean, that's a deception check.
Yeah, 100%.
Do I know what's going on here, or is this all happening in a second?
Yeah, I don't think you know what's going on here. I'm sorry. He's in.
17.
17. Let's see what old Morty's got going on. Let's see if I can beat a 17. A 10. He says, "What is this place? What is happening here?"
This is Thrax's home, where he studies. He is an apprentice.
There is a greater wizard than he.
No. And even though I'm lying, I mean it.
No, yeah,
I mean it.
you're right.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
There's something here. I know it. What are you hiding from me?
As you can see, I hide nothing.
Where is this place?
I would like to recall one of the locations of one of the towers.
Okay.
That's far.
Which one?
If I'm trying to remember. There was a place that, there was a list. One that is already dead. So a place that's already dead, and maybe not, definitely not the one that we're currently at, not the one that's in the House of Knowledge, and not the one that is by Moon. So any of the others.
Okay. I don't remember which ones I gave you guys. I know we had it in our group chat.
There's the one that's up in the snow, when we were doing that snow game. There's the one that's like... There's one that's really far
there's
south.
one in the Lernian Kingdom. There's one right by the Lernian Kingdom, right?
Yes.
I think that one.
Give me a deception check. I know that you're telling the truth, but you're also concealing the fact that they're everywhere.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, I know. Oh my god.
You have rolled
Sorry,
a
guys.
natural 1, which is
It's
a
a
0.
So she has nothing to hide, right? 0, nothing, right?
Sorry, guys.
I think
I really
that
tried.
the information, this tower, is you're trying to hide and say, oh, it's only in the Lernian Kingdom, but like something about the location, manifests. It might be that it would appear like a map of the world and that all of these towers appear. It might just be a sensation. It might be that the locations of the that you can see through the windows above you in this tower shift and change constantly. You see the red eyes in this sort of dark figure wisping of smoke kind of dart around as if seeing more than what is present here. And he says, "No. You do not command time. Its position, space. That is your secret. Smart. So that's how you've been doing it. To think. I thought you had surpassed me, mortal. Back out.
Whoa, okay. Do I remember everything that just happened?
Absolutely. The spell is cast. Thrak, you're aware that he casts a spell, I guess. He almost like mind melds. In fact, all four of you would probably be aware that he has done something here to Cirrus. You get the sensation, there's maybe even a moment where Cirrus's head knocks back, the dragon blinks for a second, and then you recognize that he's cast a spell on Cirrus, for want of a better word. It's a moment that passes before he comes back. Cirrus returns, and you recognize that he did some sort of spell where he sort of psychically sought information and pulled it from Cirrus's mind. He says,
I do not need you.
Yeah, go ahead.
No,
You all right?
you go. You go.
Okay. I would like to, at this time, reach out through our connection here in this plane, through our connection as Quura. I would like to do something incredible. And with the permission of my three companions, I would like to take some power from them to enable myself to do 4 things at once.
Hell yeah.
I mean, are you asking us?
If you're asking me.
In character?
I am asking you through the connection. I'm saying we have to stop him now. You have to trust me. Lend me
Yes.
your power through our connection, and I will stop him. With the most confidence you've ever heard.
Yeah, I just, like, immediately, whatever, if I can just send power, I'm sending it immediately. It is not even hesitation to be found. Boom. Yes. Take it.
The gate is open. It's what I was trying to do in the first place with my key. So the second I feel him trying to draw anything from me, it goes willingly. And if that is in terms of key or anything else that he wants from me that I can provide, then that is what I can do. With the addition of course, I've been trying to use this line to help facilitate everyone's as well towards where it needs to go, like a phone operator.
There is a hesitation, but I think you would know that it's not me trying to decline it. It's me wondering if I have the ability to give you that power because of where it came from to begin with. So I would try to, but I don't know if it would work. And even then it would be, but I suppose I'm not using it right now.
That didn't sound like permission to me.
I suppose it's more, I'm not going to stop it from happening.
Okay. Alright. What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to use 4 actions simultaneously. I'm trying to use their 3 and my own at the same time.
Okay.
And I will, yeah.
But first of all, make me a check.
Okay.
A mind check.
Just the straight intelligence check then. Okay. Yeah.
Any argument for advantage because we are helping him?
No, you're lucky I don't make you make 4 checks, I think.
Okay.
A
so
13.
It's a 13. Yeah.
What are you trying to do here?
Like I said, I'm trying to do 4 actions at once.
Yeah,
If I get it, then I'll.
It needs to be a very simple
Right.
thing, and you're doing a very complex thing, so it's probably a fail.
Okay.
But what is it?
Well, is it a fail though?
Let's find out.
An 18.
That's a little better.
Oh my god.
What are you trying to do?
Well, I can describe it for you.
Mm-hmm. Give me it. What are you doing?
So if I succeed, what would happen is plane shifts and suddenly we're with Jilden as she is walking through the woods and a creature comes before her and she shifts into a bear and she slashes down with the bear with her bear paw onto this creature, but it's not a creature. It is a ethereal cord taught in this realm, and then it shifts, and all of a sudden the image is Myre. Is Sia, who is using his staff, bringing it down upon an enemy, and then it shifts, and it's Cirrus on a field of battle, using her sword to slash across an enemy, and then it shifts again, and it's Thrak leaping through the air in the plains, bringing down an axe. All of them have elements of fire to them. Sia's eyes are flaming. Jilden's claw is flaming. Cirrus's horns are flaming. And Thrak's axe is flaming as I cast 4 fireballs simultaneously directly at the connection that Mordriel has to this realm.
Okay. Does anyone have any inspirations?
Unless I can use this connection again to let him have advantage, but I think you gave him 1, right? So no, I can't give him anything. I don't have anything.
Okay.
I don't
have
think
an
I've...
inspiration.
I think I have negative inspiration for one thing. I have another campaign. Anyway.
Okay, but like, I am a peace cleric with the ability to create an emboldening bond.
No,
Or
you can't be doing that right now. He's
okay.
using your action.
okay,
Okay. Mordriel will attempt to contest this.
Okay.
He's going to try and make a mind spell of his own to try and essentially dispel your ability to pull 3 extra actions. So he simply has to beat an 18 here. He gets an 18.
You kidding me?
You get 1 fireball.
So I get my own, or I get my own +1?
You get your own. You needed to beat and just because it was so well done, and well timed, you needed to beat a 20 to really do this in the first place. On top of that,
Yeah.
Mordriel witnesses you begin to coalesce energy, begin to prepare to do this thing. He witnesses you interfacing in some way with your other party members. He recognizes, it may only have been a fraction of a moment, but he is ancient. He recognizes a shift, a change in some way. He recognizes you interface with the Astral Sea, and he immediately uses his own energy to contest what is happening here. This is his reaction, and he attempts to disrupt your spell successfully. However, if you want, you can let off that one fireball at his life string.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
I'll do it. So these images sort of stutter out of existence, and instead you see Thrak alone on the plains, bringing down his axe on fire. And since we are on the astral plane, this is slashing damage enhanced magically by fire.
I'll allow it.
Because we're trying to slash this this cord.
Yeah.
And it's cast at 4th level, so that's 9d6 fire damage. Can I make the argument that cords can't dodge?
You absolutely can. There are rules to the string.
Okay.
They are objects. They have object rules, which means they have an AC, they have a HP, and they also have a damage threshold, which means you have to do a certain amount of damage to even do damage to them. This goes not just for his, but for yours as well.
Okay.
So it can't dodge. So you will just outright do damage here.
Not the best roll. 25 damage.
Do you want to do anything else to try and...
Yeah, if I have the ability, I'd like to use time. I know this seems unfair since I've used all my slots on my time bullshit, but we are on the astral plane, right? We're in nowhere. I'd like to see if I can forego doing that damage, and we can just go back to before I attempted this at all. No. Too much. Okay.
You've done...
There's nothing else I can do.
You've used your action for the mind check. You've used your... You got a kind of an extra action in that you were trying to do the fireball anyway.
You know what? What about the bracelet?
The bracelet?
Is that here? Is it here?
I don't see why it isn't.
Okay. Who's wearing it?
Not a single one of us, I think.
Am I the only one wearing it?
I think you were the only one wearing it, yeah.
Great.
Here we go again.
Can I use it to try again? Because it gives me an extra action.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What was the rule? Yours is the angelic bangle of Vol.
Yeah, so I can take 1 level of exhaustion for getting an extra action, or
Yeah.
I can do the spells for 4 levels of exhaustion.
So yeah, you simply exchange a level of exhaustion. It doesn't cost you an action like a bonus action or a reaction or anything. You activate it at any time, yeah, and immediately gain an additional action and suffer a level of exhaustion. Yep, it's a Sandefistan.
So, can I do that to try this again?
You can do it to do another fireball, yeah.
Another fireball. Okay, then that's all I got, man. That was my big idea.
Okay.
It's failed. I'll move.
This fireball launches towards Mordriel. I think the rest of you three recognize him trying to do something. He begins to build up this fireball. His staff comes out. The fire begins to coalesce, and this huge amount of fire builds at first, and then it sputters out as just a single fireball, as opposed to the 4 that would have been being launched here, or whatever you were trying to do as your 4 actions. This energy coalesces at the end of the staff and launches outwards. Mordriel's wings kind of slow-mo here, probably as he turns his head slightly, the fireball launching past and striking that umbilicus, this cord that is stretching out from behind him. His isn't silver like yours, it's thick and black and sort of covered in scales, almost looks like iron or stone as it runs away from him. The fireball strikes it. You see it kind of just... not only does it explode and kind of light part of Mordriel's horrific face up, but you see it blow away some of the inky defenses that is on that thing. The magical fire burning through this kind of rope that is floating behind him. The ink launched off of this thing and the fire dissipating. You recognize that you've done 25 damage to this thing. You needed to do 50.
It's 30 damage. I missed the bonus 5, but yeah, okay.
Did we have to attune to these bracelets?
Yes.
Or was it something you could just look on?
It's an attunement.
No, it was.
So I had to
definitely
do...
an attunement.
So wait, I recognize that in this moment? That I only have to do that much more?
No, that was just
the
me
bracelet
telling
now?
you. That was me telling you.
damn,
That's why
alright.
I was like, you sure there's nothing else you want to do? Do you want to try anything
Okay.
else?
I'm desperately trying to remember if I kept mine on, because I remember putting it on at one point.
I thought
that was
that...
I'm
in
going to
the
go
cave.
with your instincts here, because you're in Mind Palace that the 3 of you suggested that you didn't have them on, and he suggested that he did.
Okay.
That's how it is.
Yeah, okay. Okay, thank you.
Clearly that's a surprise turn, right? Because...
No.
Okay.
Okay. Mordriel. Yeah, okay. How far away from him are you?
I moved as well. Should I move back?
No, you can move. You start
Okay,
running.
yeah,
What are you doing?
I imagine that I'm attacking the cord up here. We decided that his cord is moving north and ours is moving south.
All right. He has legendary actions. He's going to use one here. Who is within 30 feet of him?
That's probably everybody.
All of you.
Not quite me.
All right. Let's see here. Another one of those sort of psychic pulses is let off from him as he opens his wings, and this huge release of energy, this burst of energy, just launches out from him. His eyes stay fixed on Thrak, and he deals 17 psychic damage to the life strings of Jildan, Cirrus, and Sia. Your life strings have an AC of 11, a HP of 8, and a damage threshold of 4. And I very surreptitiously tried to tell you that you can reinforce them at the beginning of the thing. The three of you see the strings snap. It breaks the string between Thrak and Sia. The three of you feel your connection to your mortal forms severed. The dragon is watching you, Thrak, with those red eyes. Back at the tower, we see Wriggle moving around in this red grass, kind of sniffing at Sia when Sia's body collapses. Jildan's body rolls over to one side and Cirrus falls forward, the colour draining out of their faces. Wriggle suddenly rushes over to the three fallen. Thrak's form remains sitting as we follow that silver line back down towards Thrak again. The three of you are still here, still present, but you've been severed from your mortal forms. And Mordriel says,
You cannot deny the inevitable.
and that is where we're ending today's session. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Just before we end the show officially here, I want to just let everyone know that we're moving the live time of next week from 9 p.m. UK time, which is 4 p.m. Eastern USA, or whatever that is, wherever you are in the world. You'll have to do the calculation 1 hour earlier. So it will be 8 p.m. UK time, which is 3 p.m. Eastern, and that's going forward. So every Tuesday, the show will be on an hour earlier here on Tablestory Live. Other than that, the VODs and the podcast versions will be up at the same times. They go up on YouTube every day. The day after, the show is live at about 5 p.m. UK time, which is about midday Eastern. We're going to head off now over to the Fourth Wall, the merch page, to record a post-show reaction. We record little post-show 10-minute, 15-minute videos for all of our shows. You can check those out at merch.tablestory.tv if you want to see everyone's reactions to the ends of these shows, and they go up usually almost immediately after we record them, so probably about like half an hour to an hour from now. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. I hope you had a really enjoyable time. We'll see you next week at the slightly earlier time to see what they do now. Good night.